You are not a believer in the recovery, and you're actually warning clients there is trouble ahead. What are you seeing that perhaps others are not?
Well, we look at the economy a little bit differently than most people. A financial view focused on what determines the level of profits in the economy as opposed to what's determining real output, real GDP. And this enables us to tie into a lot of the balance sheet issues, the debt bubbles, the asset bubbles, the deleveraging, a lot of the things that have been very important lately, but are kind of described as headwinds or tailwinds or exogenous shocks which is all you can do from a conventional view. Essentially, the problem is that we spent 6 decades growing debt faster than income and growing the total value of our assets faster than the value of the income they produced. That wasn't sustainable. It broke in 2008, and we made a big correction. Come back a little bit. We have some more correcting to do, and I'm actually very optimistic about the long run. But we have to get through with our portfolios and our businesses intact to get to that period.
But does this mean that QE was a failure?
I used to say QE was like chicken soup. It couldn't hurt. I really, people got very excited about QE2 and how it supposedly lifted the economy in 2010 and into 2011 and caused all kinds of wonderful things to happen. If you actually look at the timing of what happened, the economy had gotten into a rut because of the European problems. Then it started to come out well ahead of Bernanke's announcement at the end of the summer, and well ahead of any effects actually could have taken place. In fact, if you look at quantitative easing, every single time there's been a quantitative easing, almost without exception, we've seen, or a new bond buying program, we've actually seen rates go exactly the opposite direction of what you'd expect. I really think it's just something for Fed watchers to talk about.
You're still concerned about Europe as well. Interesting, too, with the ECB action just a few days ago now.
Yeah, Europe has similar problems to the United States, only they're bigger, and then it has a whole bunch of other problems. The similar problems are it also has a huge buildup of private sector debt. There it's more in business than in households, but same kind of a problem. They also have an enormous financial system, 2.5 times the size of ours, even scaled to their economy. And that's a lot of overextended banks to have to deal with exposure to the emerging markets, exposure to China, to Eastern Europe, all sorts of places. It's because of the political problems there, it's very difficult to have the governments come together and really start to recapitalize the banks, write off bad loans, provide some kind of meaningful fiscal stimulus, and do the deregulation and the things they need to do to get the economy to start cleaning up its mess.